Part 2, Spring. Chapter 12, Peanut Butter and the Magic Nose. By April, Marty was twice Bella's size. They snuggled on the couch and watched me make peanut butter sandwiches for school. Marty drooled. The stairs creaked. "Marty, down," I whispered. He hopped off the couch just before Mom rushed in. "I suppose that big fat dent in the cushions was made by the Holy Ghost," she said. She filled her to-go cup with coffee. "Must you let that pig lick the spoon? And there you go again, wiping it on the bread." Marty stood on his hind legs to reach the counter. "Renzo, make him get down. That's funny to you, huh? A counter-surfing pig? Look at you, grinning like your teeth aren't crooked." "Marty, down. Sit." He sat. "See?" I said. "I see ham hocks," Mom said. She checked herself in the hall mirror. She had an interview at the Pizza Emporium for a night shift hostess. "Ugh, my hair now that the humidity, all wound up with a travesty of corkscrews." "You look nice," I said. "Don't think I don't know what you're up to, trying to flatter me into letting you keep that pig. First day of summer. He's off to auction. I know. You think I'm happy about it?" Mom said. "Look, I'll grant you he's smart, like a dog. And maybe even sweet as one too. But Renz, we need that money. Doubles 75 with a bad knee, doing that Walmart restock 4 days a week." "I know. When he's not at the Walmart, he's in the orchard. And when you're not in school, you're up there with him. Still, we come up short each month. Mortgages, taxes, repairs, second mortgage. Mom, I'm sorry you got left with this mess, okay? I'm sorry Dad got killed and you got stuck with me." She turned from the mirror and glared at me. "Stuck with you? You're the reason I keep going on." Her face softened, and now she just looked tired. "We'll give him a couple more months with Bella, your Marty there, and then it'll be time for him to live out his purpose." She popped a Tums as she left. Marty licked the peanut butter jar clean. "Marty," I said. He tipped over and played dead, except his tail was still wagging. "You won't stop until I laugh, right?" I was already laughing, and then I stopped. I didn't like the play dead trick anymore. He followed me to the door and tried to sneak out with me. "Nope," I said, and he moped into the house. Halfway down the hill, I looked back. He was at the window, watching over me. Pal was waiting for me at the cafeteria bulletin board. She tore a flyer from it and stuck it in my face. It was for the Cinco de Mayo festival, a list of attractions, the tilt-a-whirl, the Ferris wheel, a mini pony ride, the dog race, and then the jamboree, open mic. "You swore," Pal said. I nodded. "Yo, check it out," somebody yelled. "There's a pig at the window." "Oh boy," Pal said. "Oh no," I said. I ran into the courtyard to stop Marty from climbing through the window. Half the cafeteria followed me. Marty put on a show. First some tail chasing, then frisbee fetch, then his trademark triple log roll with a big wet fart thrown in. That one earned him a meatball hero. He demolished it in seconds. Everybody was laughing. They weren't laughing at him either. They were with him all the way. He had infected them with his happiness. "He tracked you good," said Pal. "They can smell from 5 miles away," said Richie Calvillo. "My uncle's a pig farmer. That's a hog you got there, Renz. Put a tag through his ear before somebody mistakes him feral and shoots him for his meat." The lunch lady was coming with a walkie-talkie at her mouth. "Marty, time to run," I said. Chapter 13, Mud. Mom paced to the front yard, phone to her ear. The screen door was bent open. "Here he is now," Mom said. "It'll never happen again, I assure you." She crossed her arms and scowled at me. "I'd haul that pig to the auction today if I thought I'd get a fair price for him," she said. "It wasn't that big of a deal," I said. "You cut school. You ran when the lunch aide said stop. Max Hawk's mother wants him tested for swine flu. Don't roll your eyes at me. You want to end up in the juvenile detention? See if the army takes you then." She hurried up the porch steps. "Mom." "What?" "Did you get the job?" "They said it was more for a teenager, seeing as it's minimum wage." I fixed the screen door, then I raked the wildwood leaves that blew through the orchard no matter what the season. Marty wrecked every last pile. The peach trees were another story. They hadn't blossomed yet. A bad sign. I found rot on a wilting branch. Pal came uphill with her guitar in mine. I'd left school so fast I'd forgotten it. I'd almost lost the truest way I could to know my dad. Pal sat back against a tree and strummed. Marty plopped his giant head at her feet as she sang. "Every time you walk away, every time you walk away, every time you walk away, walk away, walk away." Every time you hold me tight in the deepest, darkest night. Every time you hold me tight, hold me tight, hold me tight. Every time you call my name, it just never sounds the same. It sounds like dreamed for name. Call my name, call my name. For your mom, I said. To her, Wrens. Let's go to the safe place. The safe place wasn't a place. It was a thing we had done since kindergarten. I sat with her and leaned in until our foreheads touched. We closed our eyes and we didn't have to talk. As long as Pal and I stayed best friends, we could figure out anything, even a way to save Marty. I felt another forehead on mine, and there was Marty's muddy snout. Hi, Peanut Butter Breath, Pal said. He nipped her sleeve and nudged her towards a mud puddle. Oh, no, you don't, she said. Marty flopped into the mud puddle himself. He shook himself off, and now we were shot up with mud freckles. We chased Marty and each other with mud bombs. We were laughing so hard I didn't hear our old tractor mower chug-a-lugging up the hill until it was practically on top of us. Double named the mower Buck, because when it wasn't conking out, it was bouncing every which way. Bella climbed down from the trailer bed and stretched out in the sun patch. Double had Gatorade for us. Nothing like a mud fight to set things right. You all are smiling like you won the Powerball. It beats crying, Pal said, crying now. Double, how are we going to save Marty? I've been wondering that very same thing, he said. He threw a chewed-up tennis ball. Go on now, Belle, get it. Belle yawned and laid back down in the grass. Marty flew downhill. He fetched the ball and dropped it at my feet. Most pigs would eat a tennis ball before they brought it back to you, Double said. There's got to be a way to make money off that somehow, his fetching, and then your mom would let him stay for sure. That's it, I said. The way to save Marty. Watch this. I whipped the wall past a short stack of peach logs. Marty hurdled them like a horse in one of those fancy shows where they jump hay bales and zigzag through the hedges. I was hooting. Don't you see? I said. They didn't. I hunted my pockets for the Cinco de Mayo flyer and showed it to Double. We're gonna race him, I said. Course we are, Double said. Where are we gonna race him again? In the dog race, I said. Double squinted. Thought you said the dog race there for a sec, Wrens. Yup. Well, at least my hearing aid's working. Hold on, Pal said. You want to enter Bella in the dog, as in D-O-G race, right? Bella won't even run to her food bowl anymore, I said. At top speed, Marty doesn't run 10 miles an hour. Pal's right, Double said. Those dogs will outrun him triple speed. On the straightaway, I said. Most of the course is obstacles. More than speed, you need smarts. The dogs are mostly all old farmhounds out for some fun. Last year, half of them didn't even finish. One went swimming in the steeplechase water, and then it turned into a pool party, remember? I don't like watching those things, Pal said. All those drunk jerks yelling at the dogs. It's not greyhound racing, I said. It's a goof to raise money for charity, I pointed to the flyer. What's that say about prize money? Pal read it. $3,000 for first place. That's way more than we'd get for him at auction, I said. It also says it's $500 to enter the race. He'll end up costing us money. I can get the $500 for us, Double said. They're always asking at the wall if I want overtime. Thanks, Double, but I got it, or most of it. With grass cutting season coming, I'll have enough by Cinco de Mayo. Your college money, you moron, Pal said. Mom'll kill you if you spend a dime of it. He's gonna win, I said. I feel it. I knelt and Marty came to me. He rested his forehead on mine. Wrens, do me a favor. Let me be the one to ask your mom. If you insist, I said. Chapter 14. A Frog's Nether Regions Indeed. We were coming downhill from the orchard when Mom drove up. She'd brought Mrs. McGrath, our accountant. Mom eyed Pal and me. Mrs. McGrath, how does two smart children trip into the same mud puddle? There were a half-dozen grocery bags in the bed of the truck. Marty, I need a delivery, I said. He opened his giant mouth, and I hung a bag on his jaw. He trotted up the back porch steps and came back for another. He sat at Mom's feet and offered his hoof. He wagged his tail so hard he shimmied. He cocked his head, his slobbery tongue sticking out of his mouth. Why, that pig thinks he's a dog, said Mrs. McGrath. I don't like the looks on any of y'all's faces, Mom said. Double laid out our plan. Mrs. McGrath said, I don't believe I've ever heard such a thing as that anyway. A pig in a dog race? Oh, no, I don't think so. Mrs. McGrath, Mom said, will you kindly tell these three lunatics that we don't have $500 to be gambling away on a crackpot pig? That whole fair is a fundraiser for the Children's Hospital, Double said. If we lose, the money goes to the kids. And anyway, Renzo wants to put up the money himself. With his college money? Pop, you can't expect me to let that boy throw away his savings like this. What kind of lesson is that going to teach him? Double, I don't suppose I should butt in here, Mrs. McGrath said, but your all's money is really tighter than a frog's nether regions. A frog's nether regions indeed, Double said. The lesson here is you do all you can to protect your friend. A pig for a friend, Mom said. You might as well set fire to that $500. Paloma Lee, you earned yourself a seat at the table. Start peeling those potatoes. You got it, Mama, Pal said, and she followed Mama and Mrs. McGrath inside with a thumbs up to me. Was that a yes? I said. Close enough, Double said. You think he can do it, though, Ren? Do you really think Marty can win? He was peeing on Mom's begonias, lifting his leg just like a dog. Bella groaned. And we're going to stop there.